Hey traders, we'll be looking at SPX on multiple time frames, VIX, the dollar, and we'll go through the big tech stocks. I had done a video earlier and my volume went out, so I couldn't do it for the patrons. And now I'm just going to consolidate both videos, and then the patrons will still get the dividend portfolio stock for this week. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. Welcome, I'm Options Center. Please go down to that bottom right hand corner, hit that Options Center logo, and subscribe. We have lots of good information here. Let's go. We have monthly time frame SPX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave for a possible major top here. We are making lower highs and lower lows, and prices essentially, I have smaller consolidations here, but like we were talking about on the YouTube short, we're essentially sideways for 10 months. And tomorrow's the last day of the month. This candle is not looking good for the bulls for the monthly time frame. We're rejecting off that 20 simple moving average. We're just barely holding on to that 8 EMA. So, you know, there might be some sort of sideways movement to down in the near term while the monthly candle closes and, you know, new flow comes in, things like that. It may continue to move down. I can't say. This is a very pivotal point. I'll leave it at that, and we'll look at the daily time frame and I'll show you exactly what I'm thinking. But essentially, we're going to have to break this range, whether it's to the upside or downside. It's going to be quite the trending move. So this is a great point. I talk about this in all of my social media and my Patreon page. We're in a point where you may want to start building into your dividend stocks. Maybe not growth necessarily. There are some that seem of good value, but you have to expect them to go down. So I would scale into them because we're at a pivotal point. If we're to go to all-time highs, and you're waiting for the market to go down and you don't scale into anything, you're not going to make anything. You're just going to be waiting, sitting on your hands, and then you're going to FOMO way up top. That's not how we want to do it. We want to scale into them now, unless you're a short-term trader. I'm talking about a little bit more long-term. So if the market, if it moves down, it's going to move down pretty rapid. And we're talking by rapid on the monthly time frame, between weeks and months, where it moves to the downside pretty quick, if that were the case. If it's going to go to the upside, it's going to probably be a little bit slower, but it's going to be much trendier, okay? It's going to be a breakout. It's going to move to the upside. So keep that in mind and start building your portfolios, okay? So we're going to move down to we're still bearish. We're down the neutral area, but we haven't made any sort of bullish cross on either of the indicators for the monthly. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, on the weekly time frame, you'll see why this is so pivotal. Where you see this channel that price broke out of, but lost the uptrend, but is still making higher highs and higher lows. So the market's going to do everything it can to make another higher low, and you can call that a 1-2-1-2 setup to where we're going to start moving to the upside. But also, at the same time, this is a 3-wave move, so it's in a corrective form. So this channel, if it breaks down, that would be considered a fake break, and the move would be pretty vicious. And I would guarantee you, if we do a fake break, we're going to get into this 3,500 to 3,200 target that we've been talking about since back in these days here in October, November, because we thought we were going to reverse at this point. So since we made a higher high there, the structure has firmed up for the bulls, but we want to keep a huge eye on this point right here. I mean, we're right at that point. It's so controversial. We have the 20 simple moving over underneath us, and then we're being pushed down by a falling 50 week. And that's pretty bearish. So we're back underneath that, and the 8 EMA, which is our trending indicator. So all these were just really at a 50-50 toss up. And I call it that. Even though I am bearish, I have I have one thing kind of, well, two, but one real big thing that's going on our side. Scratch that. I have two, and that was what the last video was about. There's 2 points, and one of them you just saw, the possible reversal. It'd be an evening star reversal pattern, but we need confirmation from the next month candle. Okay, so that it's a potential reversal candle. Now on the weekly time frame, we might as well just show it right here. And on the VIX, what we said in that video, and you want to check it out. It's good to see the full analysis of that. But we're making a bullish crossover. You can even see the green little histogram. We made that crossover. We're pushing. It could always be a fake break. That's always possible. But that's a bull cross. We closed this week positive, and you better believe the VIX is going to be bullish at that point. So that's a huge indicator. And the reason why is they're on such big time frames that those dominant time frames are the monthly and the weekly. They're going to speak for themselves, and that's where the momentum's going to be. Okay, and everything else is going to follow. And VIX, bullish on the VIX equals bearish on the market. Okay, and here's from a more of a bullish perspective. This is our simple wedge pattern. Broke down from the wedge, came right to the descending channel top that we broke out of, and the 200-day moving average. So that just happens to all be in confluence here with the 50 simple and the 100 as well. So right in this area. But price tried to regain the uptrend and was rejected today. And that coincides with the 8 EMA as well. And like I said, that's on this channel. That's ours. Some people use a 10. Some people use different numbers, the 9. But our 8 EMA is very, very, it's a trending indicator. It's very reliable. And so that's pushing back on it. So we're nowhere near or we're sold. We just had a bearish crossover on the MACD. We're breaking down from the uptrend line. So those are all, that's all evidence for the bearish case. But don't get me wrong, there are bullish cases as well. I just feel like the bears outweigh. But price action wise, we're dead in the center. Nobody's at advantage for the price action. I get it. You have a bullish candle, you have a bearish candle. What do you do now? Okay, so I'm thinking a catalyst is coming along, some sort of catalyst that will make the true move for the bulls or bears. All right, going down to the 65-minute. I'm going to hurry along when we go through the tech stocks because I don't want to hold you up. I can always do more updates, and you can always check out the Patreon where I do those updates daily. So same thing, broke down from the rising pivot there, back tested, and just kind of holding in this area. All right, we're starting to form a little bit of positive divergence, so that's something to look at on the lower time frame. But that merely means to me that it's just going to be some sort of bounce at this point. But there, you can also draw trend lines as well. So it looks like we might be going into resistance here, or maybe even crossing. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye. Maybe as soon as tomorrow will be decision time. Okay, so we're looking at Elliott wave count. I prefer to do it. Let's do it on the SPY. And let's zoom in here and let's see if we have the top in here. There's possibility that this could be a 1-2 as well, but we have a 1-2, 1-2, a 1-2, 1-2, and we don't have this one on the NASDAQ. It's a little bit different, so I counted it a little bit different just so it could be on the same path. But if you notice, we have our 1-2 in the yellow. Looks to be complete. And don't get me wrong, if there's some sort of catalyst and we start rapidly moving to the downside, this can also be not the end of the yellow waves there, the minute waves, minuet. This can also be a 1. So after you have that 4, it can be another series of 5. for wave 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would move we would move this one way down to the next 5 candles and next 5 waves. And so that would mean we have a lot more series to go to the downside, okay? Because we're getting kind of crunched up in here. It could just simply be a 3-4, 3-4. Maybe have some sort of sideways movement for a 3-4, and then a 3-4 and a 3-4 continued, okay? So that's a possibility too. And wave 4s can be tricky. They can be triangles, and they can also be flats. So keep an eye on that. We want to take profit out of our puts if we get down to the bottom here again, because this simply looks like a 3-wave move for an A. This could be a 3-wave move for a B, and then a 5-wave impulsive move for a C. And that will start to trick the bulls too, because they'll seem impulsive, and we're going to go higher. So what's important is to take some profit at the bottom. If it continues to go, then you can you know where your stop would be. But this wave 4 goes right back to the 382 retracement, which is typical for wave 4. So this makes a great area to put these bear stops. So 401 would be our area. No matter what happens here, this would be our next area where we would start to get bullish if it appears to be, and we're going above this point. Okay, because there's no business for this wave 4 to get anywhere. You know, it can always just push through a little bit and wick through, but the next wave series should come back up and test the wave 4, but it shouldn't come higher than that. That's just not how this works. So just want to point that out, that we have a bearish, very bearish count, but there is a bull count, and this could be an ABC for an A, a 3-wave move for a B, and a 5-wave move completed. And you can count this completed, especially on the NASDAQ. It looks a lot better. And that would be completed here, and now we're moving to the upside. So those are the things we're going to look out for. If we go to Apple, just kind of zoom in here. We have the 1-2-1-2 setup there that I want to look at, but it could also be an ABC completed, maybe with one more push down. So notice, I mean, both counts just work. And this one looks like it pulled back so far, and it could be a 1-2 setup to go higher, but this also could be a 1-2-1-2, and this is leading the way down. So it's very important to know that this thing could keep sinking, and it could sink more rapid. It's forming a wedge, and on Friday we tried to take a bullish play, but it fell lower, as well as with Google. So these things can break down from the wedges too, which is much more bearish. Same thing, 1-2. Just zip through these. Google, 1-2-1-2 setup. Same thing, Microsoft, 1-2-1-2. I don't have it written down there. Tesla, we took another short here today. I'm so contrarian, I know. It's like we take the most bullish stocks, and we want to push them back down. But we have a potential head and shoulders. We talked about this the last couple days. And if you're conservative, you wait for the break below the channel or above the channel to go higher or lower, depending on your stance. Okay, we're back in the channel. Never quite broke out of that smaller channel. So what I consider this, I didn't even show you the Elliott wave count. I'm looking at this as more of a, you can see it on the, if you bring it overnight action, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an A, B, C right here with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move to be completed. And so we should see that tomorrow. You should see it right away. It should reverse from here. There's no reason for this to go up any higher. There's nothing else. I mean, you can give yourself some room to the 212 just in case this is some sort of little ending diagonal, but really has no business if it's bearish to be going up much higher. NVIDIA, same kind of stance. NVIDIA actually made a new high. So we're looking at this being completed at this point, but this does look like a 1, 2, 3, and possibly a wave 4. And this wave 4 could be bigger. It could be an A, B, and then C down here. So make sure you take profit down lower. But I think the high is right here. So we would consider this either a high here or a little bit higher. I'm trying to make a bear cross right now. So if this is completed, this is possibly somehow this couldn't be a 1-2-1-2, but we'd have to really grind in there to see what's going on there. It could be the same thing as Tesla, where there's a really small 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 expanding into this move, and then an ABC. So yeah, that's really tough. You can't really see it, but for now it's a flag type formation. It's a sideways flag there. It's per channel, and yeah, that's we looked at QQQ also on the Patreon video. As here we go. That was at 1-2-1-2, and then this was different here for this B wave possible. So we had another 1-2. So this 5-wave move for the yellow on the minuet degree, it's possibly done, or this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd have to move this lower. Okay, so look for lower prices. If this area becomes a little bit more firm, start to make higher highs, then we gotta go back to that bullish route, especially if we take back the action from the uptrend. We take back over that uptrend, then that would be a really good sign there. So, and last but not least, don't forget to hit that notification button, liking the videos, all that stuff, commenting. Those are all help out our algorithms to get these videos moving on to more people. And so we really appreciate that if you do that. If you have the time, we understand. And then look at this bullish structure starting to form here. We look like we're really firming up and back testing the wedge on the VIX. So the VIX really has no business really getting much further. There is another possibility if our original wedge, if it breaks back down there. But other than that, the VIX is firming up, and it looks bullish to me, which is bearish on the market. All right. We will talk to you soon. Everybody have a wonderful day.